The human mind is a puzzle. It craves meaning. It seeks patterns. Gestalt psychology, emerging in the early 20th century, offered a radical new way to understand how we perceive and experience the world around us. Unlike traditional approaches that dissected the mind into its smallest elements, Gestalt psychologists believed that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Imagine a melody. You can break it down into individual notes, but the melody itself, its essence, its emotional impact, lies in the way those notes come together as a unified whole. That's the core idea behind Gestalt. We perceive the world in terms of organized patterns and configurations, not isolated sensations. This emphasis on holism had a profound impact on various fields, including psychology, art, and design. It challenged traditional ways of thinking about perception and opened up exciting new avenues for understanding the human experience. At the heart of Gestalt psychology lies a set of principles that govern how we perceive and organize sensory information. These principles, often referred to as the laws of perceptual organization, explain why we see a group of stars as a constellation, not just scattered points of light. One of the most fundamental principles is the law of pragnance, also known as the law of good figure or law of simplicity. It suggests that our minds strive for the simplest, most stable, and most organized interpretation of sensory input. Think about looking at a complex, abstract painting. Your brain automatically tries to find recognizable shapes and patterns within the chaos. Another key principle is the idea of perception as active organization. Gestalt psychologists argued that we're not passive recipients of information. Instead, our minds actively organize and interpret sensory data based on certain innate tendencies. These tendencies help us make sense of a world that's often ambiguous and constantly changing. The Gestalt movement was spearheaded by a group of brilliant German psychologists who challenged the prevailing views of their time. Max Wertheimer, often considered the father of Gestalt, conducted groundbreaking experiments on apparent motion, which led to the development of the phi phenomenon, the illusion of movement created by a rapid succession of still images. Wolfgang Kohler, another prominent figure, is renowned for his work on insight learning with chimpanzees. His research demonstrated that problem-solving isn't always a matter of trial and error, but can involve sudden flashes of understanding as we perceive relationships and reorganize our mental representations. Kurt Koffka, the third member of the Gestalt triumvirate, focused on applying Gestalt principles to developmental psychology, emphasizing the importance of understanding the child's experience as a whole. The principles of Gestalt psychology extend far beyond the laboratory, finding applications in diverse fields. In psychotherapy, Gestalt therapy, developed by Fritz Perls, focuses on increasing a person's self-awareness and personal responsibility. It encourages individuals to pay attention to their present experiences and emotions, helping them break free from past patterns and live more fully in the now. Gestalt principles have also influenced education, particularly in the areas of learning and problem-solving. Educators have adopted Gestalt-inspired techniques to help students see the big picture, understand relationships between concepts, and develop creative solutions to challenges. Moreover, Gestalt's influence can be seen in art, design, and even marketing. Artists use Gestalt principles to create visually compelling compositions, while designers employ them to craft user-friendly interfaces and intuitive experiences. Gestalt, under scrutiny, strengths and limitations. While Gestalt psychology offered a groundbreaking perspective on perception and cognition, it's not without its critics. One common criticism is that Gestalt principles are often descriptive rather than explanatory. They describe how we perceive the world but don't necessarily delve into the underlying neurological mechanisms. Another criticism is that Gestalt psychology, particularly in its early formulations, lacked the rigorous scientific methodology that characterizes much of modern psychology. Some argue that its reliance on subjective experiences and introspective methods made it difficult to test its claims empirically. Despite these criticisms, Gestalt psychology's emphasis on holism, the active role of the perceiver, and the importance of context in shaping our experiences continues to resonate with many psychologists today. Its principles have been integrated into various branches of psychology and continue to inspire new research and applications. Delving into the depths, Freud's unconscious mind. Around the same time that Gestalt psychology was emerging in Germany, a Viennese neurologist named Sigmund Freud was developing a revolutionary theory of the mind that would come to be known as psychoanalysis. Freud's ideas, often controversial but undeniably influential, centered on the concept of the unconscious mind, a vast reservoir of thoughts, feelings, memories and desires that lie hidden from our conscious awareness. Unlike Gestalt psychology, which focused on perception and conscious experience, Freud dove deep into the murky depths of the unconscious, believing that these hidden forces exert a powerful influence on our thoughts, emotions and behaviors. He argued that our conscious mind is merely the tip of the iceberg, with the vast majority of our mental processes occurring beneath the surface. Freud's emphasis on the unconscious marked a radical departure from previous conceptions of the mind and laid the groundwork for a new understanding of human nature, one that acknowledged the power of hidden motivations, repressed desires, and early childhood experiences. Unraveling Freud's theories, sex, development, and defense. Freud's psychoanalytic theory is a complex tapestry woven from a variety of interrelated concepts. One of his most well-known and controversial ideas is the psychosexual stages of development. Freud proposed that children progress through a series of stages, each associated with a specific erogenous zone, a part of the body that's particularly sensitive to stimulation. According to Freud, these stages, oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital, play a crucial role in shaping our personality and adult sexuality. He believed that unresolved conflicts during these stages could lead to fixations, which could manifest as psychological issues in adulthood. Another key concept in Freud's theory is defense mechanisms, unconscious psychological strategies that we use to protect ourselves from anxiety, unpleasant emotions, and threats to our self-esteem. These mechanisms, such as repression, denial, projection, and sublimation, help us cope with the demands of the external world and the conflicts that arise from within. Proponents of psychoanalysis, Freud and Beyond. Sigmund Freud, with his piercing gaze, bushy beard, and penchant for cigars, became an iconic figure, both revered and reviled for his groundbreaking and often shocking theories. However, he was not alone in developing and promoting psychoanalytic ideas. Joseph Breuer, an Austrian physician and Freud's early mentor, played a pivotal role in the development of psychoanalysis. Breuer's work with Anna O, a patient suffering from hysteria, provided the initial impetus for Freud's exploration of the unconscious mind and the therapeutic potential of talk therapy. Over time, other prominent thinkers emerged within the psychoanalytic movement, including Carl Jung, Alfred Adler, and Karen Horney. These neo-Freudians, while building upon Freud's foundation, often disagreed with his emphasis on sexuality and developed their own unique perspectives on personality development and the nature of the unconscious. Inside the analyst's couch techniques and practices. Psychoanalysis, as a therapeutic approach, developed a set of distinctive techniques and practices designed to access and explore the unconscious mind. One of the most iconic is free association, in which the patient is encouraged to relax and say whatever comes to mind, no matter how trivial, embarrassing, or seemingly unrelated. Another key technique is dream analysis. Freud considered dreams to be the royal road to the unconscious, believing that they provided valuable insights into our hidden desires and conflicts. He encouraged patients to recount their dreams, which he would then interpret, looking for symbolic representations of unconscious wishes and anxieties. Psychoanalytic therapy typically involves regular sessions over an extended period, often years, during which the patient and analyst work together to uncover unconscious patterns, explore past experiences, and gain insight into the root causes of psychological distress. Freud's critics questioning the unconscious. Freud's psychoanalytic theories, while groundbreaking and undeniably influential, have not been without their share of criticism and controversy. One of the most common criticisms is that many of his core concepts, such as the Oedipus complex and the psychosexual stages, lack empirical support and are difficult, if not impossible, to test scientifically. Another criticism is Freud's perceived overemphasis on sexuality, particularly infantile sexuality, as a driving force in human development. Many critics argue that his theories are too deterministic, leaving little room for free will, personal agency, or the influence of social and cultural factors. Despite these criticisms, Freud's work had a profound and lasting impact on Western thought, influencing not only psychology but also literature, art, film, and popular culture. His emphasis on the unconscious mind opened up entirely new ways of thinking about human nature and continues to spark debate and discussion today. Enduring legacies, Gestalt and Freud in contemporary psychology. Gestalt psychology and Freudian psychoanalysis, though emerging from different intellectual traditions and focusing on different aspects of the mind, have left indelible marks on the landscape of modern psychology. While neither approach exists in its original form today, their influence can be seen in various branches of psychology, from cognitive psychology to psychotherapy. Gestalt principles continue to inform our understanding of perception, problem-solving, and learning. They have found practical applications in fields such as human-computer interaction, design, and education, where understanding how people perceive and interact with their environment is crucial. Freudian psychoanalysis, while no longer the dominant force it once was, continues to shape our understanding of the unconscious mind, the importance of early childhood experiences, and the power of defense mechanisms. Psychodynamic therapy, a descendant of psychoanalysis, remains a viable therapeutic approach for many, focusing on how unconscious processes influence thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Both Gestalt and Freud, in their own ways, expanded our understanding of the human mind. They challenged traditional views, sparked debate, and left behind a legacy of ideas that continue to influence how we think about ourselves and the world around us. If you found this video insightful and want to keep exploring the fascinating world of psychology, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. To ensure you never miss out on our latest deep dives into the mind, tap the bell icon to get notified instantly. Let's continue unraveling the mysteries of the brain and mental well-being. And hey, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.